Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-thru. Sponsored by the deli. Hungry? Stop by the deli and get yourself some apple straws. Yes, the newest creation. Like veggie straws, only actually tasty. Okay, so part of this is just a review of yesterday, because you just got to get used to which method of factoring you use. Maybe you think this looks like a difference of squares. So A, you got to read the directions, but B, 6 is not a perfect square, so that's why it's not a difference of squares problem. Now, both of these contain a 3, and both of them contain an x squared. And what we have left, 3x squared times what is 9x squared? 3. Remember, we're like undistributing in these. 3x squared times what is, well, it's going to be a negative 2, but we need one more x. Okay, so that's the answer to number 1. This is a difference of squares. Square root of x squared is x plus x minus the square root of 49 is 7. That's the method you use for those. Okay? Alright, so this is what the video is all about. That's what's new. It's tough, okay? So we'll get through the easy one first by looking for two numbers. They multiply to be 12, and they add to be 8. And that is t plus 6 times t plus 2. I legitimately feel like that was the exact same problem on yesterday's. It's weird. Sorry. Okay, now here's where it gets harder. When a is not equal to 1 and we have a trinomial, which means we have 3 terms, we've got to do this AC method, is what it's called. Or, as I call it, do a riddle to split the middle. You know, that's the rapper in me. Just trying to help you guys figure out how to do these. So now, you're looking for two numbers. They multiply to be A times C, and they add to be B. Okay? So in this case, they're going to multiply to be 21. Okay? And they're going to add to be 22. So two numbers that multiply to be 21 and add to be 22. Those are 21 and 1. 21 times 1 equals 21. 21 plus 1 equals 22. But the hard thing is about these, that's not the answer. That's how you split the middle. So you want to rewrite this as 7a squared plus 21a plus 1a plus 3. I did a riddle, this is my riddle, so that I could split up the middle. I took the 22a and I rewrote it as 21a plus 1a. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, what in the heck did you do that for? That's just the trick to do these. These are literally just like riddles, they're tricks. Now what you can do is you factor these by grouping. So what number goes into both 7a and 21a? That's a 7a times, what do we have remaining? 1a plus 3. Here we have a 1 times 1a plus 3. And now, and we probably should have gone over factoring by grouping. Notice, sorry, this is a binomial now. You have two really, really funky terms. Here's your first term. Here's your second term. Both of the terms contain a 1a plus 3. So the answer is 7a, this, plus 1, and they both contain a 1a plus 3. And that's how you factor a hard trinomial. It's not easy. That's what makes today's worksheet harder than yesterday's. So let's do a couple more for practice. Okay, so looking for two numbers. They multiply to be AC, which is negative 12, and they add to be B, which is negative 4. Two numbers that multiply to be negative 12 and add to be negative 4. That would be a negative 6 and a positive 2. Can you do that riddle? That's how we split the middle. So you call it 4x squared minus 6x plus 2x minus 3. Okay, so now we do our grouping. Okay, a 2x goes into this, 2x remains, and a minus 3. Okay, plus 1 times, remember we're grouping it this way, 2x minus 3, giving you our final answer is 2x plus 1 times 2x minus 3. Okay, two numbers. They multiply to be AC, which is, holy cow, 5 times 32 is 160. They add to be B, which is 28. Two numbers that multiply to be 160 and add to be 28. That is 20 times 8. 20 times 8 is 160. 20 plus 8 is 28. Okay, so that's how we're going to split the middle. 5t squared plus 20t plus 8t plus 32. Group them. You get 5t times t plus 4. Okay. We can factor out a 4 out of, an 8 out of there, plus 8 times t plus 4. If you do it right, these will always match up. So now we know that our answer is 5t plus 8 times t plus 4. Now look, you've done really well with your graphing calculator so far. This needs to be done by hand. You can certainly use your graphing calculator to get to the answer to the riddle, but otherwise this is a method that you've got to be able to do by hand, okay? So hopefully this video helps. Take your time and do your best on the hard ones on today's assignment. Boom!